How about them apples? We made it another week. Still here, still kicking, still irritating. You know how it is. It's Friday, the beginning of the weekend that much of America has been awaiting. How about today? We give you a chance to share with us what your special plans are for today and for the weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, y'all. It's weird. It's coming kind of like to me a little early because we still got another week to go of May. You think about it. We got almost a full week after beginning Memorial Day for May to still be here.
That's right.
No, so anyway, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. We would love to have some stuff from you. Some comments. Talk about what your plans are. What do you know about things? I'm thinking that some of us might be able to actually enjoy Friday and the rest of the weekend if only we could get some ideas of what others are doing. We could celebrate vicariously.
Yes, we could.
Yeah.
We could carpool. If we're all going to the same place, let's carpool. Save on the gas.
Oh, I'm going there in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just chill your jets just a minute. This weekend actually presents a lot of opportunities. The unofficial beginning of the summer, as Memorial Day has sort of slipped up this year, on me anyway. Along with having lots of fun, perhaps heading for the beach, taking the boat out for a spin, maybe even spend some time with a fishing pole in your hands. No one actually forces you to put bait on your line. You know that. Just sitting there with the pole, watching the water, talk about a way to relax and catch a nap. Would be lovely. If you want to catch some fish, put some bait on the hook. If not, don't do it. No big deal. If you don't have anything special in mind, think back to other Memorial Days of yesteryear. Let us know what you did, what was going on. What was a really good time that you had. I'm sure there were some really good times. Love to hear from you. 910-333-0139. Good
morning.
And happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm Rayford Brown. And this is Live and Local Real Talk.
Yes, it is. And good morning, TGIF. It is Friday. I'm so happy, everybody. And I'm Lee Barrows.
Real foggy, too. Look out there.
Yes. And it's nice. I think most everyone in the city here that I've heard so far did get a little bit of rain.
Yep, got
this morning.
Got a tenth of an inch here.
We're going to have rain off and on for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some good rain out of this.
And one thing that happened yesterday afternoon, the man, I got to get him in here to talk about some of the stuff, all the stuff that he does, because he's a hoot, number one. He's an iconic figure for this area. His family's been in this neck of the woods since the 1600s or something.
Right. I think it's Charlie. 1600s. Now, who are you talking about? You're talking about Mr.
David Fountain.
David Fountain. Okay. Yeah. Why? I don't think I know David.
Well, you will get to know him very shortly. Good morning. This is Live and Local. Hello.
Hey, I had something happen yesterday.
Good.
Where I ran into two older white women while driving my bicycle, and I referred to both of them as old bags.
Whoops.
Did you get slapped?
Where's that bicycle now? Has it been implanted in your body?
So I'll tell you the story briefly. I'm out riding my bicycle. You know how when you're going to make a right turn, your only concern are drivers coming to the left, correct?
Okay.
You don't really look to your right because, it's probably going to be pedestrians. So I'm out riding my bike yesterday, and I get to a light, and it just turns orange, and I see this white older woman in her white car, maybe 62 to 74, a little overweight. I broke her down completely, but the light just turned orange. And I knew that I could make that light. Because, when you're driving your car, you guys make a right on orange all the time, right?
Well, we actually have yellow and red and green.
There's yellow, but we can turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yellow. So when it comes yellow, you sometimes go through a yellow light, correct?
Sure.
Mhm. Yes.
So I had the right of way, and I know this nice elderly woman didn't see me, and I screamed super loud, and it caught her attention. All of her windows were rolled up,
Yeah.
and she rolled down the window. She goes, "Why are you yelling at me?" I'm like, "Well, ma'am, the light is yellow. I'm allowed to go, but you didn't notice that because you only paid attention to yourself." And she started like saying rude things like, "You old bag." And I drove by and I'm like, okay. Then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm in the wrong. But then again, I said, no, actually I'm in the right because I was allowed to go. Then I'm driving down the street. Maybe 12 minutes later, I see a Yorkshire Terrier, maybe weighs about 4 pounds, on a sidewalk. And
That's
I know
a mouse.
it crossed the street. It crossed the street by itself. The street that it crossed itself, literally was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different traffic lights on it. It's massive traffic. And I'm thinking to myself, Charlie, when each light turns green, there's maybe going to be 100 or 200 cars going each way. This 4-pound Yorkshire Terrier is probably going to die. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
So I see someone pulling over on the sidewalk, and I see them trying to help a Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
just observe. No, I just observe. Because I know something's going to go wrong. I know the whole thing's going to end up being a complete disaster. I knew this from the first second. Trust me, it was an absolute disaster. So then I'm watching the guy. I didn't want him to know that I was watching him. He's trying, the girl. She's feeding the Yorkshire Terrier, trying to get the Yorkshire to come to her because there's traffic everywhere. And this little beautiful dog goes in traffic, and the dog is dead. And then I see this old man on his bicycle going down the sidewalk. I'm like, sir, come this way, come this way. Don't go to the intersection where the little dog is. He follows me. Long story short, the dog bolts out into traffic. What do?
What do you do?
Took off running.
No, I went into the traffic. I'm stopping traffic at every angle.
Oh, no.
So I'm stopping traffic, and the people that are trying to save the dog, I'm like, listen, guys, I'm going to take control. I'm going to make sure this. They had no clue who I was. So people actually start stopping in the traffic. They start stopping. Some people see the dog. This little dog is all over the place. So I finally get the dog to go to one side of the road where it's like a little private area. It's a little road. But remember, it's 6 lanes. There's traffic everywhere. And the dog starts to go in the traffic again. What do? I walk out of the traffic. And people are like, is this guy crazy? Who is this guy? I finally get it under control. And one of the people that were trying to help this little dog, I said, listen, I'm going to try to get this dog off the road and to try to go up one of these side streets. Finally, I took my bicycle and I curved it off, and it went up to a side street. And then I see this guy on a bicycle, maybe 23 years old. He looks in dingy, and the dog kind of goes near him. I'm like, sir, this dog belongs to? He goes, yeah, he lives up the street. I'm like, well, who are you? He goes, well, he lives up the street. I'm like, do you know the dog's name? He wouldn't answer me. And the dog was like running up the street. I'm like, where's the dog going? And he goes, he lives up the street. I'm like, do you know this dog, sir? And he goes, I'm like, he wouldn't answer me. Finally, the dog ends up going into this yard. I'm like, sir, is this your dog? And the dog was very scared of this kid. He picked up the dog and he put it into this home. He just opened the door and he walked in. I'm like, is that your dog? Is that your dog, sir? And then all of a sudden this woman drives up who I saw about 4 minutes earlier, and I said, maybe you can help us. She goes, why are you being so rude to this young man? I'm like, what? I don't know who this guy is. I'm in the middle of traffic where I'm about to get killed trying to save a dog, and now you're yelling at me. She goes, you're very rude. What is wrong with you? I'm like, what? No. I'm trying to save a dog. If this was a child in the middle of the road, if this is your dog, you would be thanking me profusely. You're like, thank you so much. And this kid had no clue. So my gut said this kid was either beating the dog. I don't know what was going on. But all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy in this situation. Another person drove like, what is wrong with you, sir? I'm like, what do you mean what is wrong with me? I just saved a dog. So that's that. Oh, and the old lady was yelling at me like, you old bag. So within 30 minutes, I called 2 old white men old bags. I thought it was funny.
You need to put that down in your diary for that day, so you'll have something you can remember in your old age from that day.
But wait for it. If your little puppy was lost in the middle of the road and I was trying to save it and I got involved in traffic, wouldn't you thank me?
Absolutely. If you rescue my dog, I'll probably buy you a cigar or something.
Right. They're yelling at me. I'm the bad guy in this situation. Anyway, maybe I want to watch the show. I'll call back later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
What? Like what? Okay.
Weather always plays a part for any weekend, especially when you like to celebrate outdoors. And we got a celebratory weekend upon us now. With some sketchy weather possibilities from time to time, you'll be wise to stay up to date with the latest weather information if you're planning on taking to the water, especially over the Memorial Day weekend. Might apply to if you're going to be grilling outside. You may want to know if there's a thunderstorm coming. The marine forecast always carries important information you need. You really need whatever the marine forecast tells you before you get your boat out in the water. Today, for instance, a frontal boundary should slide south into our area, lifting north again on Saturday. This boundary will bring showers and thunderstorms. It's like a shift in what's going on, and it will bring showers and thunderstorms and shifting winds, resulting in unpredictable weather patterns. Sunday onwards, a summertime pattern returns with a coastal trough offshore. The summertime, it's going to be hot today and possibility of showers and thunderstorms until sometime in September. That's when we start talking about the H word. Today, out to 60 nautical miles, southwester or southerly winds, 10 to 15 knot seas, running 3 to 4 feet. A slight chance of thunderstorms, but showers are likely. Mainly this morning, we've already had some around here. Southerly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots, kicking up a bit. Seas 3 to 4 feet, a chance of showers, possibility of thunderstorms in the afternoon again. Sunday, winds out of the south, 10 to 15 still. Seas 3 to 5, showers likely. So through Sunday, it's looking fairly decent. You will have some alternating showers and whatever offshore, but if there are thunderstorms out there, you see a thunderhead building, you can rest assured the seas will get bigger when that occurs. For Monday, Memorial Day, clean up your boat when you get it back in and put it away for a while. Southerly winds, 10 to 15 knot seas, likely going to kick up a bit. 4 to 5 footers predicted, a chance of showers and thunderstorms.
Okay, today we were looking at showers and thunderstorms. Most cloudy with a high near 84. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 miles per hour in the morning. Chance of precipitation today is at 60%. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with a low around 67. Saturday, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 86. Sunday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, high near 85 with an 80% chance of rain on Sunday, and on a Memorial Day, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 86.
Looking around the Ham area, our Ham Nation, shall we say. Ham Nation report this morning. Lady Blue here to my left. Over in the Woodlands, had 72 degrees at 5:30, 96% humidity, 30.10 inches of mercury. It was calm, but she had 0.05 inches of rain, so she had a little bit of a shower overnight. Dale and Carroll up there around River Bend. Dale checking in this morning, 70 degrees, 99% humidity, 1,015 millibars, and I forgot exactly what that is. I didn't look it up. It's not abnormal. No wind, and 0.11 inch of rain. Less, about a tenth of an inch there up the river around the bend. Randy on his golf cart. I got that right. I didn't say go-kart this morning. On his golf cart with Boomer, 70 degrees, 9% humidity, cloudy, 30.06 inches of mercury, no wind, and a quarter inch, 0.25 inch of rain. In the Borough this morning, Joe checked in, 70 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.10 inches of mercury. No wind. The last time there was any wind, it was from the southwest, but it was being very steady now and nothing. And Joe had 0.24 inches of rain. Richard over in Jones County had 69 degrees, 99% humidity. He could see 4.5 miles. That was what the visibility was, mostly cloudy, 30.11 inches of mercury, and it was falling. And he had easterly wind, a breeze, 2 to about 4 miles an hour, and he had some fog. The fog has been moving in since 5 o'clock this morning. It's pretty much everywhere is getting a little bit. Cedar Point, Ward, checked in, 73 degrees, 96% humidity, 30.17 inches of mercury and rising. Southwesterly winds at 2 to 5 miles per hour. He had a trace of rain, as did Richard. Ken in Oslo Bay, he had 71.8 degrees, 94% humidity. A little bit of rain in the rain gauge, not much. And let's see what else we have. Will over in Acorn Forest, 68 degrees this morning, 90% humidity, 30.12 inches of mercury. And his winds were 3 to 7 variable. They were kind of moving around from place to place. Here at the studio in Country Club Acres, 71 degrees now, 99% humidity. And we had 0.1 inch of rain. That happened early this morning, about 5 o'clock. I think a little bit before 5 o'clock. It was pouring rain. And it feels like 79 outside with the humidity. 29.99 inches of mercury. The wind, any recorded this morning whatsoever. And the last wind we had east.
Yeah, that's where mine was running, from the southeast. And I do want to add that NOAA released their hurricane forecast on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And they are predicting, thanks primarily to El Nino, we will have a below normal season. They've got it right at about 55% chance of a below normal season. And they said expect between 8 and 14 named tropical storms this season. And this could include 3 to 6 hurricanes, 1 to 3 of which could be major storms. A typical year average is about 14 tropical storms, which they're predicting now 8 to 14, 7 of which spin into hurricanes. And that's based on records from 1991 to 2020. So anyway, we hope that
if they happen, they stay at sea and
that's
go
right.
away.
But don't let the below average forecast change your preparations.
No, just be ready, just in case.
Yeah, and it wouldn't hurt to start. A lot of these stores will sell portable lamps. They'll be on sale here and there. I mean, every time when I come to this season, when I'm in like one of the box stores that's you can buy stuff like that out, I start looking, what new have you got out this year? Portable camp stoves. I stock up.
There are all sorts of specials that you can find online as well. Just be careful about the shipping times. I mean, if it's not going to get here until December, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. But there's some big battery packs now that have come on the market. Some of them are kind of pricey. Mm-hmm. These battery packs are like the 5-volt battery. Right. Where you plug your cell phones in. Mm-hmm. They've got multiple connectors available, so people with their
jackeries are very good.
And these things, some of them are running, like I saw one yesterday, 40,000 milliamp hours. Now, that's 30 amp hours. That could be enough to start a small boat engine. So 30 amp hours is a good size chunking battery. If your phone will run 30 amp hours from a battery in a month, unless you talk on it all the time. but it'll run your phone for a long
Yes,
time.
yes. You can.
So-
There's all sorts of stuff out there now that are very beneficial.
Now I'm going to look at those batteries and do some measurements because they're also for some stadium seats.
Oh yes. Well,
They're running $5 a piece.
yeah.
Yes.
You go ahead and try them out first because I paid like 30 a
And
piece
so
for
did I.
mine.
And
Yeah.
but these are some special buys I've gotten. So
All right.
I'm going to order
Let's
one.
get
$5, I can afford that.
Let's get some extra.
And,
I might want to buy some from you.
huh?
We'll see how long they last.
Well, I'm going to put it on and just run it down.
Right.
There's one they've got that I found interesting.
What's
It's
that?
like $8, $9. It's got on one side of it, it's got a solar panel.
Oh yes.
So you can lay that during the day out in the sun and let it charge up.
I have a small
charge the
weather
battery.
radio that has a solar panel on it. And I keep it in the window. But yeah, there's all sorts of things. You know, I mean, if you see tarps on sale, get you a couple tarps. I
Mhm.
mean, just start now, and that way you're not so pressured when the season hits and
You
a
know,
storm.
Going to make everybody mad right now. Well, not everybody, but I'm going to make a chunk of people that I'm going to make those who have some feelings mad, and probably they'll get disgusted. Back in 2015, the year was 2015, 11 years ago, Jenny Diddy was living in Fayetteville when she was arrested on a charge of murder and another of child abuse in connection with the death of her 2-year-old daughter. 5 years later, it took 5 years before this went to trial. In a
Once
jury
again.
trial, the jury could not reach a unanimous decision. A mistrial was declared. They called it, had a hung jury. A mistrial was declared. In those kinds of cases, especially serious cases, prosecutors and law enforcement, they get themselves together and they say, what went wrong? Okay.
Right.
What went wrong? So how are we going to have a new trial with more stuff? We'll have it better. We'll put it together.
Mhm.
If we had enough to put this thing together with her, okay. Anyway, she's been out of jail ever since then, since 2020. She hasn't been to jail. She hasn't been back to trial yet. So that's all hanging over her head. Well, she's 33 years old now, and she's moved to Sneads Ferry. But she's not living there right now. She's in jail. Since that time, she's had another child who is now 2 years of age. Mama Diddy back in jail in Onslow County without bond. She's charged in this case with assaulting this child, this 2-year-old, hitting her in the face and head, inflicting serious injury. The little girl had a cut to the bridge of her nose and damage to an eye.
My gosh.
Investigators say the child was subjected to ongoing physical abuse and was living in an unsafe environment. Now, back to 2015. I'm trying to figure out how this happened. The autopsy on her child from 2015 showed bruises on her body, along with head injuries from multiple blows to the head and a lacerated liver.
My gosh.
The case presented to the jury in Fayetteville must have been pretty sloppy, or the jury must have been a bunch of half-wits from somewhere in Cumberland County. I mean, to me, if this is the case, you have a clear-cut case of abuse and murder. Now, what they did to prove that she did it, I don't know. I don't know what they did. I don't know how strong their case was, but the facts are this child, this 2-year-old child who couldn't have gone too many places,
2 years
was
old, just
murdered, and suffered over a period of time before she died.
5 years and her
then
mother's been out.
Then it took 5 years to get to the trial. Why it took that long to get? See, there's one of the problems with our judicial system. Why is it taking this long? Lawyers, you do not get endless continuances. Prosecutors, you don't get endless continuance. You should be able to go to trial. theoretically, the minute you get enough stuff to take to a grand jury.
Right.
Only thing you do after the grand jury is you tune and retune and fine tune your presentation, your delivery of the evidence to a jury so they can understand it. You can't go in there with too much legalistic medical stuff and them not being able to understand it. So that's what they have to fine tune, to not to dumb it down, because these people are not necessarily dumb, but they have to be able to understand it before they can render a verdict. Now, don't know when the trial is going to happen here in Onslow County, but it's some serious charges here.
Well,
You've got this kind of child abuse on a kid, and the problem is, see, they can't even use her case in Cumberland County because she was not convicted of anything.
right. You can't do that. Right. I
Can't bring it
understand that. But the thing about it is, usually when you're getting ready for a big murder trial, if you've been charged, whatever, you've got the prosecution, you got the defense, and then there's a problem with evidence or information or any type of stuff being given to all the parties, and they have hearings. But 5 years, no.
If you didn't you should have had enough to go to trial within 2 weeks.
Yeah, and
3 weeks.
why was she not incarcerated during that whole time?
Well, I'm not sure that she wasn't incarcerated leading up to the trial.
Right.
She was charged with murder.
Right.
I don't know whether it was first-degree murder or what it was, but she was charged with murder. But for 5 years, she waited under this charge for the trial. And at the trial, I don't know how long the trial was, but then the trial, it was a hung jury.
How could...
Yes, I don't know how. I read you the evidence. So there's no doubt that it was murder. Now, tying her to it, she just fell down.
She's due to go to court in Onslow County?
Yep. She hasn't been scheduled yet. She just got arrested.
Oh, yeah. I saw something come across, but I didn't read the story. I remember seeing her picture, and I was like, just kept on going. There's always so much news. There's more news. There's so much news everywhere. I
know. And that's just all the bad stuff. But I'm going to go personal a minute.
Okay.
I got forced this week.
Forced?
I was forced for fear of having to walk to stop at one of the one-nozzled bandits.
Got robbed?
One of the one-nozzled bandits we have. My Jeep's gas tank is not real huge. It's not like those 40-gallon tanks that some people have. Likely it holds about 19, maybe 20 gallons of gas. But after mostly around town trips with a couple of runs down to Swansboro this week, one to Cedar Point and one to Emerald Isle, my fuel gauge suggested I stop pretty quickly. So I did. The big box discount store where I stop constantly, that's where I go. That's my place to go.
That's your place.
Offers unleaded gas for less than competitors under most conditions. And I've never had any trouble with the gas there. I know it runs good in my vehicles, and I know I've never had water in it. You can go to some gas stations and you can get water in it. I got that down in Florida one time. As the gallons came out, the dollar sign kept climbing. The real ticker shock struck me. When it finally clicked off, indicating my tank was full, I actually held the hose up without pushing the trigger to see if any precious gasoline was trapped in that hose. It reminded me what my dad said they did in the 1940s when there was gas rationing because of the need for oil during World War II. You remember reading about that? My parents had some ration stamps left over. I don't know where they ended up from World War II for sugar and gas and things like that. Sugar was rationed as well.
All right.
Anyway, the bottom line yesterday, a bit over 17 gallons into my tank and $73 flew out of my checking account. Whoa. Okay, but I did some checking. Being realistic, here are some facts you might not know about. 142-gallon barrel of crude oil. You know, when they talk about is certain amount of money per barrel.
Right. Right.
A barrel for this is 42 gallons. That's less than a 55-gallon drum that you see out here, right?
Right.
The standard
Correct,
55-gallon
yes.
drum. This is 42-gallon barrel of crude oil. When it runs through standard refining processes, that 42 gallons of crude oil yields somewhere between 19 and 20 gallons of gasoline that's car ready for your car. 42 gallons of crude oil gives you 19 to 20 gallons of gasoline. There are, of course, other products that are produced, including about a dozen gallons of diesel fuel, 3 to 4 gallons of jet fuel, and about 6 gallons of other stuff which is used for different things like petroleum, tires, and whatever, oil for your car. Different qualities of crude oil can produce higher or lower quantities of refined products. I know that too. Along with the actual cost of a barrel of crude come the cost to refine it. To fill up my Jeep yesterday, it used up almost all of the motor fuel that was refined from one 42-gallon barrel of oil right straight from the ground. From that same barrel of crude came 12 gallons of diesel fuel for Timmy and his truck, 4 gallons of jet fuel, in case you want to go flying. Today's market value on a barrel of oil ranges from $97 to $108, rounding off to, let's say, an average of $100. That's what it costs to supply the one barrel of oil to produce the gas for my fill up. It costs $100 for the barrel of crude oil. How much to refine that oil? What's the cost of refining? I don't know. They have to do it in a large quantity to make it reasonable. Adding the profit for every step, including transportation to storage tanks right in a town near you, then to the gas stations. Without the diesel fuel and jet fuel, this would be a money-losing deal. My $70 did not even cover the price of the gasoline produced by that one barrel of oil. My big question, and to consumers like all of us, is the price per barrel of oil being controlled by the guys that own the oil wells? Remember, they have to get the crude oil out of the ground, and then that takes men and equipment, right? Or is it controlled by the market speculators who sit behind computers and with telephones stuck in their ears, and they make predictions about what a barrel will cost while they're sitting at that computer doing nothing else, wheeling and dealing with every level of the whole process? Who is in charge of setting the price of gasoline? Is it the guys who pump the oil out of the ground? Or is it the market speculators who look at it and decide what the price of oil will be, which dictates what the price of gasoline is going to be? So we got some little twerp somewhere sitting at a computer just like this with telephones in their ear, talking to people everywhere, and they put it all together and say, well, the price of a barrel of crude today is going to be $94, and then, tomorrow it's going to be $107, and they go back and forth just like that.
Well, I would tell you, I have filled up this week and need to fill up again.
Poor baby.
So let me tell you,
Oh, poor baby.
I cringe. I absolutely cringe going to the gas pumps. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of groceries being so expensive.
Yes.
I'm tired of everything going up, and I'm tired of being told it's because of the Iran war. Okay, first of all, let's get that done and over with, and let's get back to living
We're
again.
going to go there.
And let's get back to being able to afford to eat again. I am not paying $30 for a steak.
I'm not either.
I'd rather go to a restaurant and pay $20, be served, and get veggies to go with it. But I'm tired of it. I go to the grocery store and I just walk around going like, nope, I'm not paying for that. I'm not. No.
Do you think
Tired of it.
Do you think these guys that sit around deciding how much a barrel of crude oil is going to be costing, do you think they get more money per barrel?
I'm
do
sure
you think,
CEOs.
do you
Mhm.
No, the speculators, the people who decide what the cost of oil is going to be, the price. Do you think they make more money if the price of oil goes up?
They need to be dipped in a barrel of oil. So right now, I'm
No,
just
they need to
angry.
be
I'm
dipped in a
angry.
barrel of rocks, and
I'm
I'll take
angry
them
at
up
our
short.
economy right now. I'm angry at.
We are hangry all the way around.
Yes, I am. I'm tired of
hangry
it.
means we're going to hang somebody, is what that means.
I'm tired. You need something simple. You go to the store and you're like, "What? Why is this?" I'm tired of the fact that we're bringing in goods from out of country.
Yeah.
We're not producing them here in our states. We're
Yeah,
paying more money.
We're letting the companies, we can't stop them, but there are companies that were in the United States. I mean, I did some work for a company, did a lot of photo work for a company that had all of its, not all, most of the product that it sold produced in the Dominican Republic because the labor was nothing.
I'm just to the point where I'm just like fed up.
Wonder
I'm
how much
fed up.
influence.
Sure, a lot of people are.
I wonder how much influence countries, the governments of countries like Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the United States of America have over the prices of oil. And you wonder, and everybody gets concerned about, oh, we're just having a war over oil. Oil is king. It dictates, it mandates, it controls everything we do.
Yeah.
It's more valuable than air.
I mean, oil prices increase. That means
Everything
transportation prices increase. That means whatever that company is transporting, they're going to charge more on. Look at our farmers right now. Fertilizer has doubled to triple in price. They're struggling right now.
It's easier to go catch some bait fish and plant a piece of a whole bait fish like a menhaden.
Rayford?
Remember menhaden oil and stuff?
Yeah.
The Indians used to, every hill of maize, the corn, everything, they planted a fish in it, small fish.
Well, Rayford, you can't even feed your family based on going fishing because there's too many restrictions.
I'm talking, there's
so many restrictions on now what you can catch and how many and how many days of the week and what time of the day and how big the fish is.
I'm sorry, we got a family of 10. I got enough fish for 5 today because I saw they would let me catch. So 5 of us eat tonight, and the other 5 will eat tomorrow night when I go, if I get lucky.
And how many farmers have we got left in Onslow County? It used to be a lot of farmland here.
3.
A lot of farmland. Go out and take a ride now. It's subdivisions. No farmland. And we're quickly losing our locally grown. And it's not just us, it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Farmers just can't afford it anymore. It costs them more to produce the product than it does to go buy it at the grocery. Oh, you got me all riled up now.
I am successful. Yay.
I've got to stop.
Go team. Okay, 910-333-0139. Before I go political, you better get up line. 910-333-0139. Where's Joy? I need Joy. I need my cuz. Jennifer, calling Jennifer.
Well, let's change this whole
Eastern Tennessee. I'm not. I got another one.
Well,
Two more.
I want to bring up something right now.
Okay.
Because this is fresh. This just happened. I'm a huge NASCAR fan, have been most of my life. I'm a NASCAR Barbie, as you would say. Been to a lot of races. Been to Charlotte many of a time, to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I've done all of that.
Did you meet Sharon while you were there?
Sharon?
In Charlotte?
No. What? I know this is a joke. What?
No, I used to go to Charlotte a lot, and every street.
To meet Sharon?
Well, everywhere I went, I drove all over her.
I've walked the streets in Charlotte on mill routes.
I'm sorry.
When I was inspecting routes.
Oh,
I've done that. So I don't remember Sharon.
I'm thinking Sharon used to work every corner in Charlotte because there's Sharon Amity Street, Sharon Lane, Sharon Creek, Sharon. More streets are named after Sharon.
I do not remember the names.
Oh
of the
my
streets.
God, yes. There's Sharon.
I just remember they went like this, up and down. And I'm from Flatlands here in Onslow County.
Yeah.
And I've gone out and inspected routes before, like here. But you go to Charlotte, it's go up, come down, go up. I'm going to tell you, You don't think I got to work out the 2 weeks? I was there for 2 weeks solid, walking routes.
So I think
Uptown
maybe
Charlotte.
once a year they should send every postal person there to do the inspections and to work, maybe even work a route.
Well, there was
Maybe-
quite a few of us managers there doing inspections.
Be a good and healthy.
Rayford.
Okay.
Anyway, getting back.
Back to
Anyway,
NASCAR.
yesterday NASCAR lost a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Busch, 41 years of age, suddenly passed away yesterday.
A medical thing.
What we know is 2 weeks ago at the Dover race, after when the race was finishing up, he came into the pits and asked his pit manager, his team to have the doctor meet him. They have a doctor on standby for all the race car drivers, and said he needed an IV. He'd been fighting a sinus infection. So he'd been dealing with that. This past Wednesday, he was in a NASCAR simulator. They have simulators where you can get in actually like they're driving. And that was Wednesday afternoon, and he was in there doing that. And this was in Charlotte, and they found him unresponsive. Mm-hmm. So they rushed him to the hospital. Yesterday, during the early part of the day, his family put out a statement on social media saying that he would not be racing this coming weekend in the Coca-Cola 500, which is Charlotte, big race every Memorial Day. And that he was ill, and that he was seriously ill with an undisclosed medical condition. They didn't say what it was, and the family asked for privacy during this time. And of course, yesterday, suddenly comes out the news of his passing.
Yeah.
Now, they have not said what it was, and I know people are already speculating, and we're just going to have to wait and see. I saw a news article last night that said he was uncontrollable coughing. I don't know. We'll wait and get what the medical experts have to say about it. But a huge loss for NASCAR. He's 41 years of age. His son has raced over here at Carteret County Speedway, who's 11 years of age, who had a birthday several days ago. But huge loss for NASCAR. Kyle Busch was known for his rowdiness. He didn't mind getting on the car radio and using some very colorful language and yelling at everybody. He was one that was very opinionated, very vocal. His nickname was Rowdy because he was rowdy, but he was one fabulous car driver. Now, you have drivers like you either love them or you hate them. And I will tell you, I was not a fan of Kyle Busch. I had another driver, and every time Kyle would get close to my driver, I'd be like, if you wreck him, I'm coming to where you are. And then when Kyle would wreck, you'd get up and cheer. But you have drivers like that, and it's nothing personal.
You hope they get hurt.
No, and nobody, you just don't normally, anyway. But that's the way it is. In all sports, in NASCAR, you have your favorite drivers, and then you have your drivers you don't like. Kyle was a driver that he was not on my good list. And like, if he did have a flat tire, or he had a wreck, hit the wall, ran out of gas, I was like, yay, Kyle. But I'm going to tell you what, I respected him for the driver he was. Back in 2015, Rayford, he was in the Daytona race, crashed, hit a wall. He broke his leg and his ankle in that wreck. Mm-hmm. He was out 11 races. That's almost half the season. Missed 11 races. Do you know he came back to win the championship that year? Wow. That championship, overall championship. He was a 2-time championship winner, NASCAR. The man could drive.
He accumulated a lot of points in the last half of the season then.
Yes, because, but that's the way he was so determined, and just 2 weeks ago, last week, he won the truck race. There's 3 series. There's the Xfinity, which is like the junior high, and then you have your NASCAR regular, which is the top guys, and then you have your truck series. But he won the Dover last week race in the truck series, and he was asked last weekend after winning the NASCAR truck race at Dover, why these moments never get old. And you know what he said? Because you never know when the last one is. But yes, it was a sudden passing. They have not released any information yet. What caused it?
Yeah, well, it will come out. They will.
It will come out,
They will
and
put
we'll-
together because they got to be badgered until they put something together.
Well, I'm sure somebody's already paid. Some news person's already paid somebody at the hospital to get the. It'll come out. But this weekend, the
These
race
people
is.
don't make enough money to pay somebody.
The race, they'll do it. Sunday night, 6 p.m. is the race. Is special time this weekend because of Memorial Day,
Mhm.
and it's right there in Charlotte, where the Bush family lived, where most of your NASCAR guys live and ladies.
I'm sure
But,
there will be some
There's going to be. I'm sure there's going to be a huge
observances too.
observances, and it's going to be sad. I mean, I'm going to miss him. When you watch these guys for years and you feel like you know them, on a personal level, which I've never met him. But like I said, he wasn't my driver. When he wrecked, I cheered. But he was one heck of a driver. Much respect
Then
goes out
why
to
did he
him.
wreck?
Well, wrecks happen. Other people hit you. Other people run into
He
you.
ran into a wall.
You could have had a flat tire.
You didn't say that. You just
Look.
said he ran into a wall.
He wrecked, is what I said. Yeah, he crashed, and he hit a retaining wall and broke his leg and ankle,
Mhm.
and came back after missing 11 races and won the champ. That's the kind of competitor he was. He didn't mind fighting with other drivers.
I have heard those stories. He's not the only one.
No, he's not the only one.
A lot of those drivers that come across the cars at the end of the race, some of them on the track.
Right,
They
yeah.
stop right in the middle of the track
Dude, and I'm
after
sure-
the race.
It hasn't hit yet, but I'm sure they'll be showing videos of Kyle fighting with other drivers and blood on his face where somebody decked him and vice versa. That's all part of NASCAR. It's just part of NASCAR. Just like
That's what y'all live for is the crashes and the fights, right?
no, you live for your guy winning and doing what
And
Yeah.
the crashes and
I
fights.
know. There's so many people who don't like NASCAR and think all they do is drive around and round, Robin, in a circle.
Well, yes.
And it's not. It's so much
People
more than
drive
that.
around and round and round.
It's
Well, they
not
collect a lot
not
of
all
money.
tracks are
A lot of money. Oh,
ovals. Not Drew, if you're listening, help me.
they're
Not
not ovals. They're round.
there are oval tracks
I know
and there
there are
are
oval
round
tracks,
tracks.
yes.
There are road courses where you have to go right, go left.
Oh.
There's so much more, but NASCAR is a sport like golf. Okay, golf.
Oh.
See, you don't like golf
No.
because, and a lot of people think all you do is hit a ball.
And then you have to chase it.
But for those that enjoy golfing, it's a great sport for them and they like it.
Yep.
I used to sit with Dad and watch the Masters, and I'm like,
Oh, God, how
"Oh."
boring would that be on TV?
But
Ooh.
Dad loved it, and I golfed with him in the past. And that's like, tell me one sport, Rayford, that you like that you would participate in.
None.
Nothing. See,
I don't participate in the sports with other people. My sports are my own, like diving.
which is fine.
Yeah, I mean but it's not one of those competitive sports. It's not one of those sports that
Richard said you have me riled up this morning. You're right, Richard. And
well-
3 forever. There you go, Richard.
All right, you ready?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's just forget NASCAR now. Move on. What?
No, I'm just going to talk about the future of Tehran
Oh. Okay.
because our oil prices, everything else
Yes.
depends upon what we do over there or don't do over there. The U.S. has halted military action as the Iranian thugs in power consider a peace opportunity, they claim. The vice president said that the U.S. is on alert, watching carefully, and is locked and loaded should Iran reject the peace plan. I mean, God, that sounds dangerous. Locked and loaded. Where did that come from? What exactly does it mean? What do you think locked and loaded means?
I would.
Okay, it obviously deals with one's readiness state with his firearm, right? That's generally
Right.
considered what you would say. There's documentation that the terminology was actually in existence as far back as 1793,
Mm-hmm.
but it became a common phrase during World War II as GIs, armed with the standard M1s at the time, involved having a fully loaded magazine. Magazines are not necessarily those
Jennifer.
detachable
Yes.
magazines. They can be the ones that are still in part of the rifle mechanism, making it ready to fire. What they did to lock and load, they pulled the bolt back, slid the bolt back, and around from the magazine, slid forward into the chamber as the bolt went forward. Now you are locked, forward bolts
Right.
ready to fire. All you got to do is pull the trigger. That's locked and loaded. That's what it means.
Well, I know what I mean by lock and loaded. So
In the case of the VP, a military veteran, I would take him literally that we have military weapons ready for action, locked and loaded. With the amount of helicopter flights that we're having over this house at nighttime,
yes,
under different weather conditions, I'm pretty sure that we are locked and loaded, ready to do whatever. Just waiting for the order to open fire is what I think was going to happen. The president has said he's going to do it.
Let's do it and get it over with.
But he keeps saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. Too much talk.
Jennifer, help me out here.
Where's the action, Jennifer?
Oh, I don't know.
I think we've got to.
I heard my name this morning.
Yeah, I had to talk about you. I just hadn't heard from you, and I just need somebody to get riled up today and give me some and come up with some common sense stuff, because I got riled up and I riled up Lee.
I don't know about all the. I've been watching all the Tennessee politic, and they.
Oh
my goodness!
The heads rolled over the. Well, they back. Oh, let's see here. I don't know. It was 3 or 4 weeks ago. They passed the House bill here in Tennessee. It passed all the way through over the pharmacies. Oh, they had a big hoo-ha. When what they're doing, and of course CVS boo-hooed. Oh, they're wanting to shut down the CVS's. Well, no, that's not what they were wanting to do. It's when it's like with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and I know back 2 or 3 years ago, even when we were over in North Carolina, and we talked to Peter Wright about insurance, it was like the over-the-counter meds, your stuff you'd get like however much every quarter or whatever to use. And it was, you can go to a standalone CVS, or you can order it, or, there was only a few options. You just couldn't go in anywhere to use it.
Correct.
Well, they have CVS is paying themselves, basically. And I say CVS, I forget what, like the parent company. So they did some breakdowns, and they showed like the price of the drug.
Yeah.
Then they're saying that you have to get it, and they mentioned TRICARE was one of them. You have to get it from here for your copay. For a certain, you have to use one of their pharmacies to get the copay.
Right.
Well, then they're charging, but then they're billing back insurance. So they were making like $80-some off of a $5 prescription. And Tennessee said, "Oh, no. It was hurting the individual pharmacies, like us, where we don't go to a Walgreens or a CVS or anything like that. I want to go somewhere. When I walk in, they say, 'Hey, Jennifer, how are you and Terry doing?'
Yep.
They know you're not a number. They actually know you." And Tennessee said, "Nope, ain't a doing it." So they shut it down. So I was glad about that. And as far as the Prez, I think he's blowing smoke out of every hole he's got, and I think a bunch of it is to keep people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is he's talking out both sides of his mouth because they don't want anybody to know what's going on. That's my take on it. I think I don't think they want to give any hints to anybody as far as what's going on. I don't know. I'm watching it rain and hoping it quits for the little graduates tonight. But they graduate up here. Yesterday was the last day of school up here.
Well, I wish that rain that would just leave you alone and come on over here and just drown us for a couple of days. We need the rain. We're in a drought.
It's drizzling out there. They try and graduate in the outside stadium because it holds like up to 8,000 people.
Yeah.
But
and it's always hot too, isn't it, when they do that?
Well, I see when I graduated, we graduated in the dome. The dome holds, I think, 5,000, 5,500, something like
that's
that
enough.
in the basketball stadium. And if it's not as restricted if they have it, more people can go if they have it in the football stadium.
Right.
But they watching that. But so y'all aren't getting any rain?
I got a tenth of an inch about
bit.
5 o'clock, 4:30 this morning. And that's all that we've had in the last, 2 weeks or so. A couple of our guys spotters out there, they got a 1/4 inch, so it's a little bit more. And right now, right offshore, I'm looking at radar, there's some storms, minor ones, small ones, right off Sneeze Ferry and then from Holly Ridge out and up to Cape Carteret. But there's no big system here over the land masses. There was yesterday in Greensboro. They had a frog strangler or two up that way, but not down here.
Well, I'm gonna give my common sense input. That's gonna probably rile up a lot of people.
Good.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there, and then we'll see who all calls in and says that I'm stupid. But so all this redistricting crap, and everybody's getting into the redistricting and blah blah blah. They even redistricted down there at Memphis. And, I mean, that was the only blue one Tennessee had, and they've redistricted it. And everybody's up in the air about it. And nobody is saying, not a ding-dang thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't hear nothing about the Democrat representation. And, none of them was hooping and hollering when Virginia tried to pull this stuff.
Right.
But it's all about the black. That's all you're hearing. The black representation. You're not hearing the Democratic representation. It's the black representation.
Mm-hmm.
So here is this hillbilly's common sense stand on it.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Women screamed and hollered for women's libs, equal rights for women. They done away with segregation, which they should have.
Yes, they should have.
Equal rights for blacks.
For everyone, just period.
As
long as they're citizens.
What gets me is if the United States, we're all taught to be colorblind, as we should be. We should be colorblind. Color should not weigh into this at all. If you are an American citizen, you are an American citizen. I don't give a rat's patootie if you're white, black, purple, polka dot, yellow, red, whatever. If you're an American citizen, you're an American citizen.
Yep.
So why all of a sudden are they screaming the black representation? I want somebody to explain that to me. Why should it be why all of a sudden is it the black representation? Why aren't they saying the Democrat representation? Why does it have to be any representation? Why? I mean, as far as color, Why should that weigh into it? There should not be. You're hired without regard to race, color, ethnicity, anything, religion. So why all of a sudden are they wanting to put? They're wanting the black football players to not go to the colleges that are in states that redistricted. Makes no sense.
Every state does their redistricting. If the population moves, they have to maintain a certain population level. If the population increases, as it did in North Carolina the last go around here, we had to add a district.
Right.
Because we had to, one congressional district cannot have, it has to have relatively the same number of people within that district, not voters, the same number of citizens in that district that all of the other districts that have in this country, including Los Angeles. That's why a congressman from New York, they're not going to represent 12 counties. They got enough in one county.
I understand the redistricting by population.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is them getting up there, Hakeem Jeffries, or however you say his name, getting on national television and saying that the black sports football players should boycott any colleges in the southern states that have redistricted to take away that's wrong. I mean, I don't care who you are. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
it doesn't. Black and white representation should not even be mentioned in the year of our Lord 2026.
I don't understand.
Democrat and Republican.
I don't understand why any race or any group of individuals. I mean, suppose I wanted to set up a district that had only males in it or females in it. You women could get together and set up your own district and just have nothing but single females living there, right? How would that go over for you? I don't.
It makes none
those
of
kinds of things don't make any sense at all.
No, none at all. None at all. And I know that they're saying, well, you should only redistrict, you should only do this every 10 years. Well, there are times when you can't wait 10 years because of the population growth.
Well, yes and no,
people?
but you got this Constitution thing out there, and we count the population every 10 years. It's called a census. They don't have any other way to do it in between times without spending a bunch of money.
Right. I get all that. I'm just saying that they need to leave race out of it.
They do.
And that is all you're hearing is about the race.
Yeah.
They just need to leave the race out of it.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I'm going to get this wreath in a box and ship it to somebody in Iowa and get my breakfast cooked and do what?
Okay. I was just thinking what you were doing that for. I said, okay, now I know. Yes, for the wreaths. Very good.
Yeah, well, somebody purchased one on my Etsy shop, then it's going to Iowa, and I've got to ship her on out.
All right. Well, that's
nice.
good.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Jennifer. Best. What's his name? Terry.
Sheesh, yes, Terry. Hey, do you like to go out and eat breakfast?
No,
I do occasionally.
I don't like eating breakfast.
I mean, that's the only time I actually really eat breakfast at breakfast time is if I'm gone out to a restaurant. Other than that, I don't generally eat breakfast. I'm bad about it too. But this is a story out of Georgia, and it was a First Watch restaurant. We have one right here on Western Boulevard.
Really?
Great place. Yeah, it's a great place to eat. But a woman was sitting down eating lunch at the Georgia restaurant when a stranger approached her and stabbed her in the back. for no reason at all. He just walked up and stabbed her in the back
God, what are we going to do with the knife or a fork?
with
What?
a knife. Walter
Lord.
Scrutchings,
No control.
22,
Did he have a permit for it?
was allegedly the man behind the attack. He is locked in the DeKalb County Jail on a charge of aggravated assault. About 12:40 p.m. on Tuesday, a woman was enjoying a meal
Jesus
at the First
Christ.
Watch restaurant in Decatur, Georgia. The chain is known for its breakfast, brunch, and
You
lunch
know what would
meals.
have been very apropos for that to occur? That woman to have been a concealed carry permittee armed, who would have turned around at said time and shot that sucker right between his eyes.
Well, as the woman was eating, this guy walked up to her and plunged a knife into her back. And the suspect was a stranger to the woman. Wounded, the woman brought herself to a neighboring business and called for help. Why would she go to a neighbor? I don't know. She was brought to an area hospital, and police said her injuries did not appear to be life-threatening. Officers arrived and arrested Scrutchings. He was booked into Scrutchings. That was his name.
Okay.
Yeah, Walter Scrutchings,
No,
22.
he was just angry.
Well, he was booked into jail. No future court date has been listed for him yet. And the police don't have any other details at this time about the attack or what led up to it. But could you? That's why I
nuts.
never sit with my back to the door. I like to sit with my back to the wall.
Oh, me
I
too.
like to see what's coming at me.
Mhm.
You know.
Gives me time to draw.
Yeah, but
And I don't mean pictures.
Shoo-wee. Well,
Gives me time to lock and load.
I had a conversation last night with the Sampson County Sheriff, Jimmy
Yes.
Thornton. And he was discussing last night about Sampson County had their first homicide for the year. And this happened just this past Monday.
He should have not called it the first homicide. He should have said, we got the only homicide we
The
had.
sheriff said they had their first homicide of the year. And that just happened
That's
recently.
pretty good from Sampson County.
But this is what happened. Some gangs, kids, thugs, call themselves gangs.
Pukes.
They were going after this one kid who was the grandson. He lived in a trailer with his grandmother. And so the kids decided to go shoot up the trailer. And the grandson was not even home. The kid was not even home. It was just a grandmother. A round entered in through the walls, struck her in her elbow, traveled to her arm, and went into her side, struck an artery, and she died as a result of it. He said they found over 90 casings, Rayford, 90 casings in the yard.
I'm not surprised.
And he said that they
6 15-round magazines will do that.
they had not apprehended the thugs yet. The thugs. They knew it was gangs, and
Well, yeah.
I was like, well, you know, I didn't bring my pew with me tonight. I'm getting out before dark, kids. And I left. I was gone. I was like, I'm getting out of Simpson. But what a story, though. The grandmother sitting there probably watching TV, or you
Just
know,
open fire.
open fire on her, and it's just
Now, good old granny.
kids again with guns.
Good old granny walked out there with a double barrel 12 gauge and just popped
I
off
don't
a
know.
couple of blasts.
But 90 and spent casings, I don't think she would have stood a chance.
They missed her except for one round, right?
Well,
Got her
I
in the
don't know
arm.
where all the rounds went, but he said they picked up like 90 casings out there. I'm
These
like,
people
my
are not,
gosh.
they don't practice. They don't know
Oh
how
my
to shoot.
gosh.
They're up close and personal. They spray and pray that their bullets will hit something. That's all they do. The problem is they don't care about collateral damage. They do this with little babies sitting around too. Go check Chicago. Every week you're going to find a baby killed.
Well, I
in
remember one
Chicago.
right here in Onslow County, and this was way back, where sheriff's office got a report of a shooting in a trailer park. It was off of Rocky Run Road somewhere up here. And somebody shooting, and a round went through a trailer wall.
Yep.
Struck and killed a baby,
Yep.
a child, sitting on her parents' lap. They got the thug that did it, that was responsible for
But
it.
you got a baby that's died.
Yes, a baby that has died.
Here's a scenario for you. Suppose you are awaiting trial in an eastern North Carolina county on drug charges. Put yourself in those shoes for a minute. Just say you were one of those kinds of people, right? You get stopped by the police in another county For a motor vehicle violation, how often does that happen? You got dope in your car and you're stupid, and you do something.
Not my dope. You're right.
But you get their attention by doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Doesn't really matter what that charge was. Police see in plain sight as they approach the car an open bottle of an alcoholic beverage. That's number one.
Probable cause.
They also notice suspicious signs of narcotics in the car. They arrest the woman, and then they search the car thoroughly. Such was the situation in Kinston just 2 days ago. 36-year-old Nikki Garner was charged with having an open container of booze, possession of marijuana, and possession of methamphetamines.
Nikki.
Checking the court records,
Oh, Nikki.
it seems she has some outstanding charges involving dope in neighboring Duplin County. Until things are sorted out, though, this time, Ms. Garner remains in jail without benefit of bond in Lenoir County. A couple years back, Garner served a minimum prison sentence for drug possession, 5 months. Her sentence was originally minimum 5 months, maximum 15 months. She served the minimum, even though she had been given probationary sentences for larceny in the past for drug charges, before the drug charges. This revolving door lack of judicial justice is beginning to burn my
Britches.
yeah.
Put your backside on fire.
Why don't you have some sympathy? I have no sympathy for them. We, the people, all of us, are victims of every crime that's committed, especially involving property crimes, because somebody's stealing something, the insurance company has to pay it off. The insurance company raises the rates. That's the way it works.
Right.
Now, in the case of this, we got police officers who had to arrest this person,
Doug.
and she's awaiting trial in another county, and she's committing crimes allegedly, as they say, in Lenoir County. But the police get tied up. The district attorney gets tied up. Their office gets tied up. The jail has to feed this person.
Right.
Has to feed her. And if she gets a cold or has to take them to her doctor, and they have to pay top dollar for the doctor to
We pay
fix
for
it.
that.
We
Yes,
do it.
we pay for all
It
that.
comes out of the tax dollars that we pay. They have to deal with all these people, with these crooks. It takes up time. It's nonsense. We could reduce the staffs of a whole lot of places, or get a lot of other cases handled that are just falling by the wayside, and where deals have to be made so they can clear the books. The citizens would be safer when bad people are released. Bad people is anybody that's committing a crime. I don't care what you call them, non-violent offenders or whatever.
Crime's a crime.
But they are committing crimes.
Right.
And it's costing you and me money every time they do it, whether it's our stuff they're stealing or whether the crimes are even in this county. They spread the wealth among all the people. They make us, all the people, pay for these people for them doing bad things. That is what gripes my backside. And these citizens would be safer because I'd like to know about that person. Was that in Georgia? You said that lady was stabbed?
Yes, Georgia.
I would love to know what the criminal history is on that person. I guarantee you this is not his first offense.
I guarantee not.
The problem is the media quite often does not go into the backgrounds like I do. It's what kind of criminal history does this individual have? Or what kind of nut job is he? Which you won't find out if he's being treated for a problem.
Oh, and then you're going to find out that he has some type of psychological issues.
I can fix that.
Then they're going to end up releasing him, until trial. Then trial's going to take a couple years. Then in the meantime, he's going to go stab somebody else.
Which I did a paper in high school, and they're talking about the death penalty. Okay.
Right.
And I just examined my thoughts at the time. I had no real thoughts. I had not been around at that time because it was before my senior year when we did have a murder. But I was out of school. I was at state, but our classmate was killed, murdered here in Jacksonville. That I was in school with. She was in my French class, or I was in hers. What happens if let's just say there's a man who comes home and he gets so irritated because he catches his wife with another man and he kills her or him or both of them, whatever, right?
Crime of passion.
He is mad. And then there is a nut job running around like this dude in Georgia that stabbed a woman. But suppose he's out there killing people as a nut. Who poses more of a danger to society in general? The guy who commits a crime of passion, kills a person or two people, who probably would never have any reason to do it again. Right. So who deserves the death penalty? That person or the kook that once he's released, if he's ever released again, who will be released, who poses more danger to more people, that person or the husband that caught the people?
The kook that is.
So why don't we execute them?
I don't know. Crimes of passion, usually, I'm not even going to go there, but.
I got my teacher going on that one where I wrote that paper.
Oh, my gosh. Here's a fun story for you. Let's do something fun.
Okay. I'm thinking about fun.
Okay.
Take some of these people offshore.
And then
fishing.
You want to do weather first?
Sure,
let's do weather first.
Yeah, let's do the weather.
Let's do the weather. Whether or not you want to listen.
You want the weather or not, you're going to get the weather. Right now, the weather is sketchy right now. This for the weekend. We got up and down conditions. I've seen fog rolling through here since we've been on the air. It gets foggy out there, then it gets semi-clear out there, but it is cloudy over.
Well, you know, that front that's right offshore now, making boating conditions bad, that's going to come back up later today. So anyway, it's going to get rain.
So the marine forecast that always carries important information you must have if you plan to go on the water. The smart people will check it in advance. This frontal boundary we're talking about,
right,
sliding south right now to the area, lifting north again by tomorrow. The boundary will bring showers and thunder boomers and shifting winds. That's always a challenge for boaters too. When the winds start changing directions and the waves are conflicting and with the winds and the winds are conflicting with the waves, you got a mess on your hands. So pay attention to it. If it's not looking good and if you're not comfortable, stay close to shore where you can make a quick run for the inlet. All right. Should things get really bad, you can run for the inlet. And keep in mind, too, there is a possibility of thunderstorms. Now, thunderstorms in the ocean, they're looking, those thunder clouds are looking to, you will see cloud to cloud thunder traveling. You will see cloud to ground or ground to cloud thunder happening. Now, there's no ground out there in the ocean. So the thing that they're going to look for is the highest wave or the highest boat. The one with the antenna sticking out of it, the outriggers and whatever, you become a lightning rod out there.
Was it you that whose idea it was to talk about lightning last night on the net? I caught part of it, and I'm like,
Anyway, today out to 60 nautical miles, wind's going to be out of the south 10 to 15 knots. That's okay, but there's also this chance of thunderstorms, and that could make things dicey. Seas 3 to 4 feet. They could be bigger in the thunderstorms if there are any. Saturday, tomorrow, winds again out of the south, 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet again. That's the prediction. Again, that possibility of thunderstorms could make all of that go awry. Sunday, winds out of the south again, 10 to 15 knots. Seas kicking up just a little bit, 3 to 5. Showers are likely on Sunday. Now, Memorial Day, we're looking so forward to it. Winds out of the south, 10 to 15 knot. Seas will likely kick up a bit, 4 to 5 footers. A chance of showers and thunderstorms on Memorial Day.
You're going to have to fish from the pier this weekend. Today, showers and thunderstorms are likely, mostly cloudy with a high near 84. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 67. Saturday, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 86. And Sunday, a strong chance of showers and thunderstorms, then let me back up. Sunday.
Take two.
Well, yeah, because I forget to delete some of this extra stuff that
Yeah.
the National Weather Service said. Anyway, a strong chance of showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a high near 85. And Memorial Day, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high 86. Things could get better. Things
Or-
could get worse.
Yeah.
So we're just got to watch all these fronts and see where they're going to go.
And we have
Take
to
two.
our west up there towards Kentucky, West by God, Virginia, Eastern Tennessee. There's some showers there, a band of showers. Some of it scattered. There's some intense stuff coming
Excuse
further
me.
south down there, Louisiana, Mississippi area, and it's moving up toward the northeast. So it depends upon. Sometimes that stuff gets up and it starts bending our way. Hopefully, if it does, it'll hit the mountains and dissipate, because that sometimes has an impact on them as well. But I hope that we will get some formation of rainstorms here locally. I don't like those that come across the country, because those can be volatile.
Yes,
But
yes.
those that form over the ocean here and come up the coast or whatever, they can bring rain.
Yeah,
Well, they
lots
can
of
bring
rain,
lots
yeah.
of rain, but
Right.
that's okay. But they generally are not accompanied by those really severe winds and stuff.
Well, I will say, with all the weather that we just gave everyone for the weekend through Monday, there's does not show to be any extreme weather.
No,
It's just
we don't see
rain,
anything like that.
rain. So
And I got a watermelon sitting in there on the counter that I'm going to be cutting over I might cut it today
Well,
so I can get it refrigerated.
I am not watering the garden today because it already got a good dose this morning.
We got some-
hallelujah,
Yep. And we
hallelujah.
got another pineapple I got to plant, or Robbie's going to plant.
Yeah, I put mine outside because Robbie told me yesterday it's good to be outside,
Yep.
soak up the sun. I'm like, good, get it off my counter, yay!
Yep.
So I put that out.
All right,
yesterday.
you got a funny story, a good
No,
story?
let's
You said a
let's
fun
get
story.
away from crazy. Let's get away.
Well, I got another one, but it's funny. But
Well, this one, I like this story.
okay,
All right. This is about a woman who decided to steal packages off a porch. And karma bit her big time.
Okay,
It's a Washington State woman. She's a porch pirate. She slipped on wet grass during her getaway,
whoops!
snapping her ankle so
Oh
severely
my gosh!
that her foot turned the wrong way. I
So-
know you're thinking, why do you find that funny? That's
I think
not
it's
nice.
hilarious.
All right, the incident. A car pulled up directly in front of a home, and the woman jumped out to snatch 3 packages off the front porch. The slip, while trying to hurriedly cross the wet grass to return to the getaway car. She lost her footing and suffered a graphic ankle break. Oops. The
Graphic,
retreat
a graphic angle. boy.
rendered
That
immobile
ought to
her
be fun.
getaway driver was forced to blow his cover and run out to help, all awkwardly hauling her into the car before frantically coming back to grab the stolen boxes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They still got away with the packages?
The chaotic moment made international headlines with networks like A&E and Inside Edition featuring the agonizing swift dose of karma.
I'm sure that the Popo got pictures of it, and they have narrowed it down.
I'm going to share the link for the YouTube video. But you know what? Stupid is, stupid does. It just, that
I hope that those packages had some valuable stuff in it.
porch pie. Well, what gets me is like people will booby trap packages and put them on the porch if
Yes,
they're
I-
having a lot of trouble in the neighborhood.
Oh, I would.
And yeah, heck yeah.
Well, you know what I would do.
I know what you
I'd
would
be
do.
roadkill, frozen roadkill, and
Right.
let them take that home with them.
I'd only be afraid they'd come back out of retaliation.
Oh, that would be
Right.
the bad thing on them.
Yeah,
though.
it would be the bad thing, but just
For
hope
the-
you're
for them.
Right, but think about it. You see where they put the exploding powder in
Yeah.
boxes and stuff, and the box explodes, and the people turn all purple, blue, pink, whatever
Then
colors
they
in
get
there.
mad with the people.
Yeah, and they get mad and they threaten. I'm going to sue you.
Please do.
I mean, bring it on. I just had a chuckle at that story because I thought,
That's good.
karma.
Karma's hitting the socialist democratic mayor of Seattle too.
Oh, Seattle.
We
Well,
got another installment.
this poor
I know that
pirate was from Washington.
I thought about that. Katie Wilson, she's the mayor there, and she's an outright socialist Democrat. You may recall, smugly told the folks at Starbucks goodbye when they started moving their top level management operations out of Seattle, relocating to Nashville. Starbucks became a nationwide operation that was born right there in Seattle. Likely kept the city afloat more than once with the business and everything. They became just a thing, right? With so many of the issues coming up that made it tough to continue operating in that fine city, it's shown disdain for large companies. The socialist people don't like large businesses, right? Big businesses.
Right.
They started to move to a much friendlier location. That's the word from inside. Ms. Mayor even encouraged Seattle residents to boycott the Starbucks stores. She encouraged them. She told residents, just boycott Starbucks. That'll bring them to their knees. No, it made them move. That was pretty much the last straw. Now, the little old socialist is backing down. She's changing her tune. She wants Starbucks and other businesses who are planning to find friendlier locations or hinting they're considering bailing out of the city. She wants them to stay. Wilson has come out saying her snide remarks may have done more harm than good. That's what she's now admitting. Too late, lady. Too late to eat your words. They're come, they're gone, and they ain't going to be forgotten, honey. It's going to require a regime change and a complete overhaul of Seattle's government and probably a few years of work to get things going, turned around. Seattle is suffering, but hey, at least you've got that thing that sticks up in the sky. And don't forget Pike's Market. Not sure they can keep you alive and well and afloat, Seattle, but at least you'll have a few tourists. A few, not as many. Better learn how to cook up some special coffee somewhere. Because when these folks come a calling and there's no Starbucks there, they're going to do a run.
I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of people who swear by Starbucks, and she's just made a lot of people mad.
Oh, she did.
She just made a lot of people mad. I occasionally will have a Starbucks. Like I know you don't drink coffee, but Rayford, most Americans do. We like coffee.
I don't know about most.
I think if you did check it, do a survey. But anyway, I will say there's a majority of us who love coffee. I always have. I like it. I have to have it every morning. But like if you go into Target's got a Starbucks in it. And occasionally my sister and I go in there and shop, and we'll get a special coffee. A foo-foo coffee is what I call them. I like regular coffee. I don't like a lot of flavors and stuff, but every now and then we'll get a foo-foo coffee. And Starbucks, you can go at any time, and there's a line. There is a line at Starbucks. It's very, very popular. And if I was an avid visitor to Starbucks and spent a lot of time going to Starbucks, and I had a mayor do something like that, I'd be going to a city council meeting. I would be going to a city council meeting.
That's going to be a city council meeting to attend.
Yeah,
she's going to suffer with this one.
I mean, it's stupid. Well, the big thing is it's bringing so much revenue into her area. Yeah. Why would you kick that revenue out? Say, bye-bye, we don't need you. Well, you going to put another chicken restaurant in there? I'm
not going to go because I haven't verified the story yet. Okay? I'm sure it's true, but I'm not going to tell you what town it is. But there's a town here we've got. And I remember this back in the days in Rachel Beach area. Very popular. They had parking meters. It cost you like I think when I moved there originally it was like 10 cents an hour or a nickel an hour.
Right.
And then it became up to a quarter an hour, and people were grumbling and griping and complaining, but still paying. Then I don't know what it is now. I don't think you can put enough coins in. You have to use a credit card or a debit card, and you you get a little sticker. You go to a pay station, they call it. Then you put that sticker on your car inside the windshield that verifies you paid. And you may get $5, $10, $25 worth of stuff. There's one little town here that I understand is now $6 to pay a park in the downtown section.
What?
Yeah, $6. They got.
Is it Wilmington?
No, it's closer than that. It's up to it's in our area here, just up into the Catterick County area.
Oh, Atlantic Beach. Huh? No.
Not even in Atlantic Beach. No. I'll do some verification. I got somebody that lives there.
Let me tell you, if I had to pay $6 to park and
there's no reason.
some of the piers, I would not be parking there. If I can't get into the county-owned beach access
Don't need to go.
or a city free parking, I don't need to go. I don't need to go.
Yeah.
Why? And that's one thing, and it's been a big argument with most of us that have grown up here. Thank you, Onslow County, for having beach accesses.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't for that, I would never go to the beach again.
Yep.
There's no place to park, and there are some paid parking areas, but it's my beach. Why do I have to pay to park?
Well, the city of North Topsail maintains those parking areas. That's what they say.
They do, and they charge, and they use that money for improvements, et cetera, to put more sand on the beach, whatever they do with it.
No, they use it to pay for keep that parking area up.
Yes, and there was talk about because they had the gravel and stuff like
Sometimes they
that.
got public
Do they have
bathrooms.
public bathrooms at their beach parking?
At one place they do. There is.
I know that the one I go to all the time is owned by the county.
Mm-hmm.
As you come off the bridge and take a left, and it's right down there on the right. That's county owned.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't. You know what? I don't go visit the beach in North Topsail where I have to pay. I don't go visit the one in Surf City where I have to pay. I go to the Onslow County beach accesses.
Mm-hmm.
It's free, bathrooms, showers. Sometimes during the summer, they have vendors there. They open up a concession stand.
Yeah.
That's what I do. But it just irks my soul that if we didn't have those beach accesses.
Well, we used
I'm not paying
to
to
before
park.
all of this came about. We had at Topsail, North Topsail, what was then West Onslow Beach.
At West Onslow,
And
yes.
we just pulled off we'd find a place that looked like it was hard sand. And sometimes we got fooled because everybody carried a shovel, and
Yes.
everybody had Jeeps and four-wheel drive
Right.
stuff was always up and down the road. And there were those. The funniest thing was to see that there was one guy at the north end of Carolina Beach
Right.
where it was open at that time. Anybody could drive up there. You couldn't drive on the dunes, of course, and you couldn't speed.
Right.
They actually put a radar out there one time. We got some people speeding. They had a speed limit for the beach strand,
Mm-hmm.
but they had all of this going, and there was one guy that because some people went out there with two-wheel drives, and some people went out there with four-wheel drives, didn't know how to use them, didn't know how to drive in sand.
Right.
But these people would get stuck, and there was one dude with I think he had a Jimmy. I don't remember the kind of vehicle. It was a four-wheel drive, and he was charging people to pull them out of their stuck sand. $10, $15 just to pull them out. I mean, I didn't do it. I pulled a lot of people out, but I never charged anybody to pull them out.
I could do that.
Yeah, but you really legally you better have insurance, because when you pull the front end of their car off. Or they've got a bumper that's not, conducive to that, or you don't know where to hook up. Nope. One of the things you can do is to let them hook it up on their end. You tell them to put the hook tight however they want, and then pull them out. Then it's up to them. They're responsible. That will help you. I don't know whether to get you out of it or not. You when you go to the beach, do you ever take anything shade with you or something like that, like an umbrella?
No.
You never do?
No.
Have you ever?
No.
Okay. A lot of people do, right?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people with the babies do.
Yes.
A lot of people just after a while they get tired of the sun. They need a break from the sun.
I load up and go home.
Oh, well, you can stay out there a little bit longer, darker
Right.
skin, right?
Right.
Some of these pale people just don't do well.
Exactly.
They-
Yes.
so they carry umbrellas, right?
Yes, they do.
Vacationers
Mhm.
visiting Laguna Beach,
Oh,
California.
Don't even do this.
This summer
Make me
can face
mad.
fines of up to $500. New rules there,
New rules.
restricting large shade structures along the city's shoreline. Some residents are applauding the move, while others are, they say it's kind of restrictive. It's a little oppressive. That's a pretty good way for the beach towns to actually make money, I think. $500
I
fine.
understand.
Find them for
Okay.
anything. Just find them for anything. What next? You don't like the color of the bikinis for Tuesdays? You got to have Tuesday red, Friday green. And if you wear something off that's wrong, you get fined for it. I can see them. I could see them doing that in an effort to raise money. But here, what they're doing here, they can't clash with the umbrellas. Laguna tents, canopies, easy ups, the little pop ups, and other what they call oversized shade coverings
Don't even do it.
will be prohibited across most of Laguna's beaches. Only single pole umbrellas will be allowed outside designated canopy areas. They will have certain areas there where you can put up a bigger canopy if you're going to be up there with the whole family. You got a family of four kids, 6 kids, or whatever,
Yeah. Yes.
or 2 couples or 4 couples to go to the beach.
What does the beach have an HOA now?
Apparently, no, it's called a city council. Worse.
Oh my God.
But anyway, they have designated areas where they can go with these tents, canopies, or easy ups, they call them,
Right.
and other oversized shade coverings. Only single pole umbrellas will be allowed outside those designated canopy areas. Beachgoers who still want to use larger shade structures may do so, but only within the specific canopy zones. Can you imagine? We got a single pole zone and we have a canopy zone. I cannot. Boy, they must have nothing else to complain about, to deal with. Shade coverings in those areas cannot exceed 8 feet by 8 feet by 6 feet and must not block lifeguards' visibility of the shoreline. The lifeguard can't see through the umbrellas, can't see to the shoreline. Yours is illegal. Here's a ticket for $500. Pay as you exit.
You know, and you wonder why Americans are just so angry all the
And
time.
you wonder why. You
Yeah.
wonder why Reagan said way back in the 1980s, beware of the knock at your door. And the man says, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you.
I mean, no thanks. Click. Look,
Get out of my sight, bang.
I did some research and I just want to going back to the coffee.
Oh, God.
All right. No, I mean,
You mean-
it's okay that you don't
Starbucks?
like it.
Starbucks?
No, coffee in general.
Oh,
Yes, the majority of Americans do drink coffee. Approximately 66% of American adults consume coffee daily, and about 70% drink it weekly. This indicates that coffee is a popular beverage among Americans, surpassing the consumption of other drinks like tea or soda. See, so it's there's nothing wrong if you don't drink,
and
and there's
maybe that's
nothing wrong
what's
if you do.
wrong with the majority of people in this country. Is
Why do you
because
wanna
they drink.
bash us
It's
coffee
because they
drinkers?
drink coffee.
Coffee makes you smarter. They say that people drink coffee. All right, let me pull that one up for you. Let me pull that one up.
Oh boy!
It's a scientific study.
Oh,
All you
God.
coffee drinkers need to call in.
Yeah, talk to me about your coffee. Probably has their coffee delivered. We had the gentleman on the air for the company. What's the name
Yeah,
of the
they,
company?
they stopped. They don't do that anymore.
Who doesn't?
The one that we were getting it from, they quit doing it.
She came yesterday or day before yesterday.
Well, they put a social media post out there a couple months ago. They were ending that. I don't know. Maybe it's leftover. I don't know. All right. Unraveling the mysteries, the truth about it.
Oh, he's going strong.
Let's go to Harvard.
Harvard.
I'm looking at some of these websites. I'd rather
Oh,
do something.
my.
All right. Drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day tied to lower dementia risk. All right. That's one.
That's because you die sooner.
All right. It slows it slows dementia. Okay. And there's been a lot of let me see. Early prevention has been
Keeps you wide like your eyes.
coffee
like
and
this up in
tea
the air.
contain bioactive ingredients such as polyphenols and caffeine, which have
Polyphenols.
emerged as possible neuroprotective factors that reduce inflammation and cellular damage while protecting against cognitive decline.
I don't
Though-
have any cellular.
Promising. Well, you drink a lot of
Inflammation.
caffeine, though. You do drink a lot of caffeine.
Well, you said, I thought, well, yeah. What do you
Well,
say?
coffee's got caffeine.
Well,
And
so
this
is it coffee or is it caffeine that does it?
Oh my God, it's coffee. Okay, though promising, findings about the relationship and coffee have been pretty consistent as studies have limited follow-up, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but they did a test, and I've read a lot about this, and I'm like, oh, maybe I need to have another cup of coffee today.
You're just looking for an excuse to
Does
drink
coffee
more of that
make you
mess.
smarter? Yes. All you coffee drinkers need to come on, back me up.
I'm going to develop a test to give you a
Rayford
smart
thinks
test.
people who drink coffee are stupid.
I did not say that.
No, but every time you talk about drinking coffee, you're like,
I don't like the taste of it.
well, it's a taste that you adapt to it.
So why, if I don't like the taste of it, should
Well,
I
there's
have
just
to
like
adapt to it?
people who like Pepsi and don't like Coke, and people who like Coke and don't like
I like
Pepsi.
both.
Everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
And there's people who love coffee, and there's people who cannot stand it.
Yeah.
Well, but you've got to quit every time I say coffee like we're bad people. You see?
Not bad people, just makes you want to throw up.
Why? Because that's the way you feel, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that that's a reason not to drink coffee.
It
For
is
us,
for me. I don't care whether you drink it or not. That's up to you.
do I say anything about your Mountain Dew when you drink do I go and say anything about your Mountain Dew?
No, it's because you like it too.
I don't particularly care for it, but it is, I will drink one. I
I
can't tell you the
never
last
said
time I
that
had
I
one.
don't care whether you drink it. I said I just can't
Yeah,
stand it.
because but every time I bring it up, you're and you're so
stand it.
critical.
I'm critical of it because I don't like it. I don't care
Well,
if you get it. My wife
Don't
drinks
like it.
My wife buys it. She gets it as hand delivered here to put on the porch every week or two. Whatever. And she makes coffee by the bucket.
Yeah, it may have been just the coffee pods that they stopped. Is she getting it by the bag or the
The
pods?
bag.
All right, maybe just the pods they quit.
What's a
Right.
pot of coffee?
It says a little pod, and it makes a single serving. You have a special coffee maker. You put it in, shut the lid, it pops a hole, it drains down into your cup, and it's good. Wait, I can't see 788. Oh, that's Joy. Thank you, Joy. Thank you,
Oh no.
Joy.
Oh.
Joy's coming in to rescue me.
Oh my God. Rayford,
Yes.
Mountain Dew is the worst drink out there possible to drink for your body
Why?
and your heart.
Why?
The caffeine. You can take a little research on that, and you will see it eats your insides up too. Coke and Mountain Dew are the worst soda type drinks you could possibly drink.
So Pepsi's okay?
It's okay, but look, you can take it as Coke, and you can put on something rusted, and it'll eat away some of that rust. Coke is that bad.
It's good. That's what you use it for. I've used a lot of Coke to clean the battery
Well,
terminals.
Exactly, that's what I'm
But
saying.
I mean, that's just a chemical
It's a
reaction.
carbonation,
Baking
yeah.
soda does the same thing, but I
I
don't.
never.
That's not bad for you, is it? Don't you drink? Don't you have when you got indigestion or something? Haven't you been told to mix some baking soda in
Yeah.
water and drink it? That's not bad for you. That's good for you, right? Makes
Mountain
you
Dew
burp.
is horrible. Mountain Dew it destroys your brain cells. Coffee makes you smart. Have you tried coffee doctoring up like flavored creamer
I
or
don't do
something
that.
like that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
People do that.
There
Yeah.
he goes again.
I
Well, I'm going
see.
to tell you, buddy, that I'd rather drink a pot amount of coffee, and I drink 1 to 2 cups in the morning. And Mountain Dew, I did not know that you drank. Now, if I knew you didn't drink Mountain Dew, I'd have gotten on you a long time ago. It'll erode your teeth. It makes it's not good for you. You need to research it. Mountain Dew flavored. I know it tastes good. I used to drink it.
I think I've got her excited.
No, we're just like,
Do you know what a
you
urologist said?
pick on us that drink
Do you-
coffee. We're coming for you.
Do you know-
It make you
Do you,
pee probably a lot.
no.
What
Do,
a urologist
do, you
said.
know, do you know what the urologist? He's the one that told me if you're going to drink soft drinks, you need to drink Mountain Dew. Why?
Why?
Because it has more citrus in it than the other drinks. And if you have things like kidney stones, of which I had, drink Mountain Dew, which I never did. And then with that,
Yeah, because they eat them up. That's why.
The only thing,
It'll eat the kidney stones away.
it stops. It helps prevent them from forming
All right.
or something. I
is
don't know.
Mountain Dew good for you? Mountain Dew is not considered a healthy beverage choice due to its high sugar, which we know, caffeine, and artificial additives content.
Uh-huh. They don't say 60% drink Mountain Dew of America, though the United States of America. It just says, what does it say?
Wow. Oh, it's linked to weight gain, fatty liver,
Yes.
type 2
Yes.
diabetes, and heart disease.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Well, let's see what Coke and Pepsi do.
But look, Wentworth, I used to didn't drink coffee. But then when they started coming out, well, I did, but I didn't. But when I started
Well,
coming
wait a minute now.
out,
Well, I did, but I didn't. So right now, I can tell you that the coffee part of that I did really messed you up because you didn't know whether you did or didn't. So
Well,
that
I
destroys
did,
some
but I
brain
did-
cells.
well, no. No. When I was working, I would get a cup of coffee during the morning before I would go to work, or when I was at work. But then when I retired, I drank a little bit more coffee because I became smarter and wiser as I aged. So I upped it a little bit, okay? But
I guess we're going to have to do an IQ test here on you.
look, I take a 1 for 4. But look, if you add this cream, I'm telling you, the creamer, there was a whole thing when they came out with the creamer and
Oh,
the
yes.
taste. It changes everything about me wanting more coffee.
A caramel. Mm. Mm-mm.
Do you like caramel?
Yes,
Flavor?
every now and then, like I said, like when my sister and I would be together and we would stop at a Starbucks because she loves Starbucks, we always got the mocha, and it was coffee with the caramel,
That's an
not the mocha,
abbreviation.
the caramel.
Mocha's an abbreviation for
But-
moccasin.
But stop, you're trying to make coffee bad. But it was coffee and it had caramel in it, and then it had the whipped cream. It's a specialty.
You didn't have
Yeah.
coffee. You
No, it was good. It's good, isn't it, Joy? Oh man.
Yeah, look, yeah, Rachel, if you would try, really, honestly, I'm not telling this is the truth. If you would just try one of these coffees that it's not just like black coffee or whatever regular coffee with creamer. If you would try something with some flavor, and if you like whipped cream,
I don't. Yes.
yes.
Just why did you do this?
She just walked. Why does she do that with you on this end of the phone?
I'm embarrassed. You never asked a man that.
I know after I said that, I was like, oh my God, why did I say that?
Oh my God.
Well, if Lee hadn't just exploded, it would have gone right on by, wouldn't it? But Lee over here, she's just got to open her mouth.
This is getting worse.
Now, let's calm down here. You can get certain coffees.
With
or
whipped
certain-
cream?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With an additive, yes.
Does it have a cherry on the top?
You can
Okay,
have
I'm
that
done.
also if you'd
I'm
like, yes,
done.
sir. You can get sprinkles.
Of what? Sprinkle.
Cinnamon. Look, you got Joy all
She's
tore up.
She's had too much coffee this morning. You got a number that we can call EMS if we need to.
Yes, I have her number.
Good.
Listen to me.
I'm trying.
Just try some coffee with flavor, with or without a topping. How about that?
So I'm
So
going
if
to be
you,
topless drinking coffee. Is that what you
His
said?
mind's already made up. You could put candy in that coffee, and he's not going to drink it.
honestly, I would not lead you astray. Flavor. I mean, I would
I
not.
like French vanilla ice cream.
Well, you like put flavoring in your coffee then?
No, I just take some of my buddy Don Walton's stuff and put on top of it the apple pie moonshine
Nice.
that's frozen, and it's good.
He likes hot chocolate, so what he actually needs is a mocha.
Hot? Why?
Exactly.
Yes, you need a mocha.
Why? I
Because,
got hot chocolate.
but if you were to try a mocha, you might
You would
think,
think-
oh, yeah, this is
Hot
good.
chocolate and
Coffee.
whipped cream.
We're done with this. I will tell you.
It's Joey's fault. Where's your husband? You need to get the handle control of you.
No, I would not. No. I'm trying to get myself back together here. I'm just telling you that
we're beyond
coffee is
that.
not
Eyelash in my eye.
like, coffee is not like it used to be years when we used in the earlier years, probably when you did not like it. You probably had to have it
So many
black.
flavors now.
Now we've got flavors, and it just tastes so good and yummy, and you can add different things to. I mean, there are different flavors, and I don't drink cold coffee. A lot of people like iced coffee.
Iced coffee. Oh, yeah.
I don't drink it much, but my mom used to make it a lot when we were young. We used to
Yeah,
drink
some
it.
people do,
It's
and
good.
they do
Because
sell that.
the
and
stove was out of
people like it.
gas.
No, it's a great way to use up the rest of the pot, because parents would make a full pot in the
You're
morning.
not supposed to have a pot.
I will
What's your
tell
mom
you,
doing? She had pot that she was using up.
I will tell you
Of
that
course.
both Pepsi and Coke are sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, just like Mountain Dew,
Just not normal.
which can raise blood pressure, increase your uric acid, and increase your sugar to go high. So, you're looking at weight gain, obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and metabolic syndrome, and
They're
dental
really saying all
enamel
Cokes.
erosion.
They're saying all drinks are really not good for this
Mhm.
kinds of drinks. That's what I've always heard.
including coffee.
It says neither Coke or Pepsi is better for you.
They don't
They're
give you Mountain Dew. In
unequally
the hospital,
healthy-
they'll give you a
unhealthy.
cup of coffee, but they won't give you Mountain Dew.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you know what? These days, most anything you drink, most anything you eat, there's always the bad thing to it and the good thing to it.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
they find it in everything, bro. I mean, no matter,
That's right.
eventually it comes out, blah, 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 this was not good for you, this is bad for you. But
So
honestly,
do you think Kyle Busch was drinking coffee?
Rayford,
Do you think he was a coffee nut?
why are you bringing him up? He just died.
I know that, but that's why I'm asking. He's only
I'm not
41 years of
sure.
age.
I know, I think what happened to Kyle Busch personally is I think that his sinus infection either went to his head or the cough was pneumonia and it went to his lungs. And it seems like I heard where he had aspirated at one point a tiny bit. And if you aspirate a little bit and it goes into your lungs and you don't really think anything about it, have you swallowed or choked before and bacteria grows, then you can get double pneumonia and die from that. But my guess,
We'll
and
know
I
by the
hate
end of
that
the
he-
day.
I hate that he's died.
Mhm.
It could have been an aneurysm, and on one of the interviews, he
Embolism
said
or-
a horrible cough. So
So
my
whether
thinking is,
he never drank a Pepsi or Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola, he died. Right?
He ate M&Ms. He drove the M&M car. The kids loved him. He was an
chocolate's
M&M.
good for you, dark
That's right.
chocolate.
So now you're saying M&Ms are bad for you.
No, I never said that.
I just said that dark chocolate was good for you.
It
I
is.
don't know about if it's dark
Cacao.
chocolate for most of it. But there's
We
stuff that's
won't know what happened to Kyle Busch. And, I heard a lady last night.
Sure
I
change
wanted
that
to
subject, didn't I?
punch her because when the discussion came up at where I was at. And you know what this Karen said? Oh, he probably took the COVID shot. And I'm like,
Oh
go
no.
stand in front of his family and say that. And I guarantee you, his wife Samantha will punch you out.
That's terrible. Personally, I mean, he's been fighting the sickness for 3 weeks.
Yes.
And the sinus infection and the bad cough.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think it was either an aneurysm since it was such a sudden illness.
Right.
I think he may be treated for this sinus infection and it moved up, or the coughing was so horrible or whatever that the blood vessels weakened. And from the coughing, and he had an aneurysm. And I might be wrong, or pneumonia, and that's just my guess.
Joy,
happened.
He was actually in the race car simulator on Wednesday afternoon when they found him unresponsive. So it was sudden, it was quick, and I'm sure by the end of the day, somebody will have the news out.
Oh yeah, but they kept bringing up the sinus infection and the cough, and I hate it. I mean, it was just really it's a tragedy, and I mean, so many young people are passing away, and
see, that's what I've said too. They probably drink coffee. All these young people drinking coffee.
Let me go in right here. Is drinking coffee unhealthy? Here's the potential benefits.
Oh,
it boosts your brain and your focus. Okay. It reduces it has a chronic disease risk reduction. Moderate drinking is linked to lower risk of type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and certain cancers like liver, colon, etc. Heart health shows moderate coffee drinking may reduce stroke and heart failure risk. It has metabolic effect. Caffeine can modestly increase fat burning. Well, I know, don't work for me. Longevity. Some research suggests coffee drinkers live longer.
This survey was done by this research paper you're talking about,
the Mayo
Maxwell House.
Stop. Potential risk.
And she drinks about 2 cups of coffee in the morning with 3 Splenda and a little bit of creamer.
Yes.
And she's still got her mind cognitive.
It does have some side effects. Too much caffeine can cause anxiety, jitters, headaches, or faster heart rate. It could disrupt your sleep if you drink it like in the evening. It's never disrupt mine, I can tell you that. It can irritate the stomach lining, cause acid reflux. It's a mild diuretic, which may increase urination, which coffee drinkers, we all know that. Bone density, a high intake may slowly lower bone density in some women, but taking calcium will counteract that. And other concerns, filterless coffee, like a French press, Rafer's like, well, what? May slightly raise cholesterol.
Sounds dirty to me. Right up front.
God.
Whipped cream.
With whipped cream.
You know,
a French press with whipped cream. And a cherry on top.
Sweat.
You girls, y'all just got
sweating
me.
Here.
Y'all trying to embarrass me.
The bottom line
y'all
is,
can't embarrass me. I'm gonna tell you that.
The bottom line is, Rayford, if you want to drink Mountain Dew, drink your Mountain Dew and be happy.
That's right.
I want to drink my coffee. I'm gonna drink my coffee and be happy.
I'm gonna take a nap now. Okay.
And you know, yeah. I mean,
have a good weekend.
Thank you, Joy. Thanks so much for tuning in.
This was fun, Joy. You need to do this more often.
Look here. I want you this weekend. Your challenge for this weekend is to go get some coffee and pick out a flavor and try it.
Do you want video of the hacking and the puking?
Oh my goodness gracious!
I don't mind that.
You have somebody.
I've cleaned up yuck before. I don't mind.
Hey, that's us calling us.
Oh, we're calling ourselves?
Yes, that's what it says. But it says, but I bet it's Charlie. Thank you, Joy.
So what?
Thank you,
Thanks,
Charlie.
Okay, y'all have a good one.
Joy.
Bye.
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 Good morning. You're live and local. Hello. He's gone.
There's somebody using our number to call us. That was weird. Let me see who this one is.
Central Intelligence Agency. Could I help you? Hello.
End the day with some crank calls. Okay.
Hello.
Anyway, tomorrow, do not forget, Swansboro is having the Memorial Day observance. It's at the Bicentennial Park downtown. Starts at 8:30. I think we'll be able to get through it without the rain. And then later in the afternoon,
If
the
you drink
DAV is doing.
Are we still calling ourselves?
That's Charlie calling. Charlie, we got to go.
Yeah, we'll say hi to Charlie real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead and say Happy Memorial Day, Charlie.
There was a bad connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you
Yes.
loud and clear now.
Hey, you know, I was looking at the replay when I was telling my story earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you had your hand on your head like, oh, dear God.
No, Charlie, I will tell you, I was actually reading a story that concerned me, and I showed it to Rayford. It had nothing to do with yours, and I apologize if
Yeah,
you think so.
there was an issue that was
It
going
was
on.
an issue, a very good friend of ours, and I was just like, whoa. Which, you know, and it was nothing to do. Your story was cute.
Yeah, I like your story.
Yeah, I like your story.
The dog is in the middle of the street.
Yes, I know that. It was a
dog.
and I am proud of you for getting your butt off your bicycle and going there to do something.
Right. And these people started yelling at me.
Well,
then they started yelling at me like I'm a lunatic.
Then move to North Carolina. The people here are nice.
I gotta move. I gotta leave.
They would-
You know, Spencer Pratt
They would
just
appreciate
become
that.
mayor. I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I'll be the third mic in your room. Maybe I'll be like in the background, like,
So I
you know,
got
let
1, 2,
Charlie
3,
talk for
4.
10 seconds. Anyway, you guys have a great Memorial Day. I'll call next week. Take care. Bye.
See you.
All right. So anyway, everyone have a meaningful Memorial Day. I hope you have a safe. That's what it's all about. Yes.
And do that, please, because it's all about beaches for us, we think, but that's not all it's about. We take the
Right.
opportunity because those who have died
Right.
are the
And-
ones who have made it possible for us to enjoy the beaches without having the German army
Right.
on top of us, the Nazis.
Yeah, proper etiquette is to say, have a meaningful Memorial Day. I hope you have a safe and reflective weekend. Wishing you a thoughtful Memorial Day.
All of the
Avoid
above.
thanking current service members for their service, though I do that every
Why?
day. I
See,
do that every day.
Those people who say don't do that,
Because this day
I think that's ridiculous.
Specifically honors the fallen.
Those who have passed.
But I not one to follow etiquette. I thank service members every day, regardless of what
Because you
day it
drank
is.
too much coffee.
We will be back Monday, bright and early, 7 a.m.
And the saga will continue.
I need to go home and have a cup of coffee.
You probably need one right now. Okay. Have a great weekend,
All right.
you guys, and
Please be safe on the road.
Please be safe. We do not want to be reading about you. We want you
Right.
to call us on Monday.
Right.
We don't want to be reading about you, and we'd prefer you not calling from the hospital because you've gotten involved in something. and we don't want to be your one phone call from the jail either. But I've
Right.
had those in the past. I've had one guy that on his way to jail, he called me to let me know he was on his way to jail, turning himself in. He wouldn't be calling for several years because he had done
You
some
will get
stupid
no
stuff.
such call from me. So
I know that.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Bye.
See you Monday, y'all. Be safe. You're live in local Real Talk where we are kind of awake now and not going to ever be woke. And I won't be touching coffee either. Goodbye.